are going to make it right.
If you became a millionaire, would you keep working? You know?
The commander is here.
What's going on right now is California's trying to figure out.
Don't eat.
I got pop your butt.
Yeah. Oh, I can.
Never wear glasses on your show. I didn't fix my hair today.
Everything looks off.
Yeah, how about this? Too small. Let's see how this works. Prop it up a little bit. No, that was terrible. I look like that guy from King of the Hill. Skinny guy. Welcome to BitBoy Crypto, home of the BitSquad, the largest and greatest crypto community in all the interwebs, the People's Channel. No channel works harder. Keep you in the know with an AirPod in than this channel right here. Guys, we are going to be talking about a lot of stuff. What are we opening the show with? What's the main story today, TJ? Do you know?
I don't know. Is the main story the MicroStrategy buy, or was that last night?
I wanted to talk about something. What did I want to talk about today? There was something I wanted to talk about and bring up on the show. You don't remember. But how about that Doge dump?
Yeah.
Hey, guys, I will let you know that I was able to complete that trade. And why I was having so many problems there is that when you would do the sell from the spot, there was another button you had to click. Like the obvious button is actually like the cancel or go back or move to this page button. The actual complete the transaction was a different button. That's why it wasn't working. I couldn't see it on the screen. So we did get that done, and we did do the short, and I did make profits on it. And then I reversed it and I went long, and I got wrecked. And then I reversed it and went short, and I killed it. So overall, we will check out this trade here that I made. I'm pretty proud of it. Pretty proud of this trade. Let's see. Let's go to our wallet. What were we at yesterday? Do you remember? We were right at $10,000.
I think.
And I think we were at 0.34, maybe 0.35, something like that. We are now at 0.42. And I think I'm just going to stick with, this is in Bitcoin. So I had to put it in Tether, and then I had to move it back in Bitcoin, I think. Is that what it's listed in? I thought it was in USDT. I can never keep up with it. Let's see. Let's click on the wallet here. Wallet. There it goes. Okay. Yeah, I guess it is in Bitcoin, it looks like. I guess I moved it over to Bitcoin instead of, oh, no, there we go. It is in USDT. It lists them as both. So we could look for other altcoins maybe. Do we feel like right now the market is dumping? Like, what happened? Was there a reason for this dump? It happened pretty quick. I've been busy this morning, so I haven't had time.
No, I mean, I haven't really had a chance to look at it either. I know it went straight from basically 28.5 or 28, almost 28.650, I think, all the way down to right at 28 again.
Yeah.
So, I'm not. That's something I was wanting to talk about a little bit today on Basement. It's getting kind of people's ideas of a lot of people talking about a mini alt season. A lot of people talking about 30K.
What's Bitcoin dominance doing?
Dominance back down.
Back down again.
Ethereum dominance up though.
Yeah, definitely.
Well up over 19%.
19.2 here on CoinGecko. It is 44%, 18.5%. We talked about why last week. Those are different numbers. I mean, it feels very bullish right now. Like, people are starting, and this has me a little concerned, to be honest with you, is that on crypto Twitter, it's starting to feel like the beginning of the bull run. And historically, this is not time. Now, could we start a little early and get a bigger rally in the end? But that's what we want. So hopefully this is what we get. I'm just telling you guys, be careful. Bob Lee got killed. Or is this on the rundown today?
Probably. It may not be.
Yeah, let me pull this story up. We'll start with this today because this is a very serious story. What was his name? Bob Lee. And I will tell you this. So I actually have been to a lot of really, trying to think of the best word to say here, really rough parts of the country. I've been to Magnolia Projects in New Orleans. I've been to, of course, the Bluffs in Atlanta, right? Been to a lot of projects in Atlanta. The hardest projects I've ever been in were All Good Road in Marietta. If you live in Georgia and you were here when that was a thing, that was the most insane place I had ever seen in my life. And I was like probably 20 when I went there, and it was crazy. Never felt unsafe. As crazy as it was, never felt unsafe in any of those places. the only place in America where I feel unsafe, like I feel vulnerable. I feel like somebody could attack me. I feel like I don't have options. I feel like everything's unpredictable. It could be an axe-wielding murderer. Is San Francisco. San Francisco is the most dangerous city in America. And the thing that makes it so dangerous is that there's no section of the city that's safe. There's not one part in San Francisco where you feel like, oh, this is the great. Go to City Hall and turn and look, and you will see a good block, a homeless tent block, a block where everybody's selling drugs, a block where people are going to the bathroom on the street. That's what you see through the whole city. So my experience in San Francisco has not been one, like there are some okay places I like going down to the wharf and stuff like that. And I don't hate the area, but obviously, I mean, this is the area that brought us Sam Bankman-Fried and his parents. So, you know, a little bit outside of that. Yeah, Skid Row. See, Skid Row, you know, it's Skid Row, though. That's the difference. Skid Row in LA is dangerous, but it's, when he said it's not dangerous if you know how to speak the language, is what she said. But you know where it is, you know where to stay away from. San Francisco, there's no escaping it. So, there we go. Let's see here. Skid Row ain't that bad. Saw some people shooting up in San Francisco. Wow, that's crazy. Yeah, it's because they just allow everything there. So, all right, Bob Lee, Cash App. Here's what happened in San Francisco. The reason I bring that up is because Bob Lee, the Cash App founder and MobileCoin CPO, was killed in a San Francisco stabbing last night. Bob was a force of nature, helped to birth Android and Cash App. Moby was his dream. Wow. I guess you could say he was going to the South Side. Did you get that joke?
No.
It's a Moby and Gwen Stefani song joke.
Gotcha.
He was walking on a street in San Francisco, and it looks like it was random, a stabbing attack. I was almost attacked in San Francisco myself, and I was in quite an interesting situation. We talked about that other situation where that guy was at that party on Halloween in Las Vegas. And that guy was like, he was being very Kevin Spacey-ish. And I was like, what do I do? I can't hit this guy. He's a scrawny pipsqueak. Like, it's going to look like a hate crime. So very similar happened to me in San Francisco, where I was walking down the street and a homeless man walked up to me and he said, hey, bro, you got $50? And I said, nah, bro. Because number one, I generally don't give money to homeless people. Sometimes, of course, I felt led to do it. But I wasn't going to, I don't have any cash. I don't carry cash around on me. So I can't. I don't have it. The homeless people take Venmo now, though. They really do. A lot of them do, by the way. That is true. But the thing is when I said no, he looked at me and he said, if you were a doctor and I was having a heart attack, you'd save my life. What? You don't care about me? And like, he got very aggressive. He ran up on me. And as he's running up on me, I'm thinking to myself, number one, this is a pretty big guy. I'm not afraid to swing on him by any stretch of the imagination. But what do? Do I swing on a homeless man of another race in San Francisco, where I don't live? What's that going to turn into? Do I get in trouble for that? Because he didn't have a weapon. If he had a weapon, it would be different. He didn't have a weapon. I was totally exposed. Like, once again, I'm in a situation where there's not a good move that I can make really to get me out of that situation, because there's tons of people around. And this is going on within eye shot of City Hall. Unbelievable. So he's walking last. I don't think there's, to my knowledge to this point, I don't think there's a conspiracy here. I don't think that he was actually doing something else, or they made it look like they made that the guy in Washington that a lot of people think got murdered. What was his name? Maybe I'm not supposed to say his name. The guy who leaked some emails, I think, or maybe leaked to WikiLeaks. Rich something. Somebody don't know it. They'll put it in there. But the fact is that they were walking on the street. He basically gets murdered. I don't think there's a conspiracy to it. I don't think there's another reason. I don't think he's really a Russian billionaire or whatever. So very sad, though. The founder of Cash App murdered. When is San Francisco going to say this is enough? When is the leadership there in San Francisco going to say, yeah, we need to do something different? They're going to drive everybody out of the city. Everybody is going to eventually, they're already leaving San Francisco in droves. So the housing, there's not really a good thing because of remote working. You don't really have to live there to work there anymore. So you can live somewhere else with a normal salary and, get it done. So, all right, guys, don't forget to check out the channel go down here. We've got all of our channels you can subscribe to, including All Madden Sports. We're doing 2 videos, recording them this week. And then I also want to say, just so you guys know, somebody's got to talk to Donald Trump and tell him to like Bitcoin. And it may be me. Do you guys think I should do it? Should I be the person to convince Donald Trump that he should change his opinion on Bitcoin? I think the answer to that was yes. And I don't know, maybe there may be a path for that.
Hey, you are wearing orange today. Orange is his favorite color. Bitcoin's orange. BitBoy's orange.
Orange shirt, good. Orange shirt, good. Also, guys, don't forget to check out Catching Up to Crypto. A lot of people have read it. I'm recording the audiobook tomorrow, Friday, and supposed to be Monday. I'm going to try to finish it in 2 days. Christu says, you know, the Karma DAO group, members from Karma DAO created Hoot. I am going to read this. Sharkbait confirmed in Medium. That's a user. Great information. Hoot building decks for QOM. Pioneers from 2020 back to clean up the space from Ryoshi shadiness. I think I did tell you yesterday, did I say it on the show? I got double confirmation that guy is the founder for sure of Shiba. And he came out and said he wasn't, but he is. He obviously lied to try to get attention off of him. He was involved in this thing called Karma DAO. And Karma DAO's got multiple things they're getting ready. They're going to relaunch. So I don't know. It may be something to watch. I'm not saying that meme coin. I'm just saying the things that come out of Karma DAO, because it is one of the original founding members of Karma DAO. It's created the new version and has a meme coin as well. So we'll have to see what happens. When NFT book, dude? That's a great question. We're a ways away. We're working on FTX book right now. And let's go to, what did I want to show? I guess nothing. I guess we'll go here. We already looked at the market cap, at least. We got Dogecoin pumping today, or over the last week. Pumping, what is? Oh, we're on meme coins. That's why it was doing that. No meme coins, guys. The irony. All right. Okay. So Bitcoin at 28,000. It recovered. It went down to 26 something, you said?
No, it was up at 28.6.
Oh, and it went down to 27.
Down to 28.
Yeah, like 27.5, I think. Let's look, actually. All right. 27.8. Trading View will probably show us something different. No, 27.8. That's as far as it fell. And it fell there in the last, whatever the time period for this is. This is, it's on view only. What chart is this? Why is it view only? How do I change this? Why did they screw me here on this?
Setting you up.
Like, I can't click it? It's amazing to watch me every day on this show with new problems with sites that I've used for 3 years.
Yeah. You want to have Frank pull it up?
How do you get rid of view only mode?
This happens to me
only. Have you ever accidentally clicked your right button on your phone 3 times and got the where Siri's talking about everything you're doing?
Oh my God. Yep.
It's the worst. I talked to a lady on a plane that happened to her, and it's the worst thing. Like, you can't figure it out, and you can't use your phone to look it up. It took me 30 minutes to figure it out. I pressed the button 3 more times. I didn't know I didn't know that's what I did.
Yeah. So this happens to me on here sometimes.
This is a very similar thing.
Yeah, I don't know why. I just assume you probably already tried this.
Yeah.
Uh,
How many crypto influencers does it take? It's fun.
There we go. Okay, so now
Will that do it? Click the chart.
trading view's broken, guys.
Let me see. Markets. I think it is broke. What in the world is happening to this thing?
This happened to me once. I struggled for a while.
I'm just amazed when it happens. Like, I could have moved on. It wasn't that important. What we saw
were
where
about to
Bitcoin
do
went
charts, though. That's the thing.
Oh, we are about to do charts. Yeah.
Bad time.
Frank,
for the
look
charts to
that
break.
up on your phone before you come back up.
Yeah.
Okay. All right. Back here. Let's see. Ethereum at 1900. What did it peak out at? I wonder. Did it go to 2? Pass over 2? No, it got to 1928. 1928. So making progress. They told you Ethereum was dead. They told you that Bitcoin was now going to make this massive run. And that's, if you notice, the maximalists have been very loud lately.
Mm-hmm.
It's because they thought this thing was happening. They thought this Bitcoin dominance was about to shoot through the moon like it did in the last 2 cycles. And I told you it wasn't going to. Going to go up a little bit. But I think the end of that run is, I think it's already over. We'll probably have another one down the road, maybe in, I don't know, over the summer maybe. But this dominance is never returning above 50%, in my opinion. I think I'm a little surprised it got over 45. So Cardano up 2%. Dogecoin up 26%, but down at $1.26 for the week. Let's pull up my actual trade, my trade history. Trade history. Let's see. Futures. Use this one. Nope, this one. Okay, go to Doge. There it is. Okay. All right. Wow. Okay. You guys can see order history. Here it is. Okay. So this is the genesis of this of these trades. I gotta find the Dogecoin trades. There they are. There's all them. God, look how many it broke into. Okay. I hate how it breaks it down into so many different ones. Let's see. Trading stop. Show the most recent 20. Limit order. Okay. All right. So you guys can see I took $811 profit on this one. It was like a $6,000 trade. You can see I lost $1,200. There we go. $1,200 on the one before that, but then I made $420, $486, and you can't see the other ones that I did. We'd have to go to the next page, I guess. I told, by the way, I did tell BitGet that, which if you want to sign up for BitGet, we got a link down below. But I did tell them that they need to fix their dashboard so you can see your trades in an easier way to determine how much money you made. There's not a way really for you to take this without exporting the entire thing and figure out what you made. So it's a little frustrating, but you guys see the last trade did really well. Net profit was $762. Like I said, we had lost there, but we had made up. You guys saw we basically made $1,800 in one day chasing around the Dogecoin price. Because here's what happened. I got into Dogecoin. Like, I'm into Dogecoin now. I love it. No, it's okay to trade whatever coin. It doesn't matter. It's just an asset. So I got into Dogecoin. And then as I watched it move for several hours, you start to get a handle on where those points are that it gets stuck at.
Mm-hmm.
And you just take advantage of that. The problem is it will only work probably once or twice, because the same way you're figuring it out, everybody's that's watching that's in a trade on that is also seeing the same things you're seeing. So over time, people feel like, oh, like it keeps getting stuck here at 9.7 cents. When it gets there, I'm going to short it. And then of course that's the time it'll go through the roof. That's why I got to keep a tight stop on it. So we did do 20x because that's just what it comes default in the site. I just didn't change it. So pretty excited about that. That's pretty good. All right, and we will bring Frank up. Okay, let's close that tab. Trading view. All right, let's see if that'll work. I think it will. Okay. All right.
There we go. What is going on, everybody? Hopefully you guys are having a good day, and I was excited from yesterday. I was expecting a little more. But guys, yeah, we got some interesting stuff to look at here on the charts as Bitcoin. Listen, I am probably, we love these sideways ranges as traders because it's very predictable. We talked about this yesterday. It's very predictable price action, when you just keep holding that same low and that same high. So it makes for some good range trading, but I'm about ready to break this range. I am slowly falling asleep at my desk every day. But let's go ahead and just kind of break down.
No sleeping at work, Frank.
So, oh yeah, I forgot the boss is in the room. But yeah, let's go ahead and take a look here. Now, obviously, this is essentially that sideways range we have been trading in. Come over to the 2 hour to zoom out just a little bit. And we started to get a little bit excited. Now, as you guys know, if you watch the show at all for the past couple of weeks, we have been looking at those higher time frames, basically calling for a pullback before we get our next, major leg to the upside. And I would say most of the technicals are still pointing in that direction. However, yesterday there were some things happening as, you know, ETH was pumping. Bitcoin started to kind of follow suit there. We started printing some green dots, you know, just following in ETH's footsteps. But then we just basically rejected. Let me go ahead and pull this range really quickly. Just this sideways range. Essentially, you know, when you're looking at these ranges, guys, we just came up to the top of the range, and then now we are actually just rejecting it, right? Which worries me, not because I think we're going to dump down to zero, but just because it seems like we may just work our way back down to the bottom of the range, which opens up the door to continue to move sideways, which again is great because we are in a short, in our premium Discord, gave a short setup at this level with specific confirmations that is playing out beautifully right now. Looking for this to at least get a move down to that value area low, which I do think is possible with the way that the 4-hour looks. It does look like you want to cool off just a little bit. We have money flow coming out on some of the lower time frames, so I do think we could potentially push to the lows of this range. And what I would prefer to see is if we could get a move back down to the bottom of this range, and then as that kind of plays out, we get those higher time frames. Finally, those bearish signals on the higher time frames. We have a bear div on you know, multiple higher time frames here. Hopefully, we could get those to kind of start showing face as we get to the bottom of this range, and that may be able to get us out of this range to the downside to pull back a little bit deeper to the levels that I'm looking at between about 25.3 and 24.7, where I will be looking to load up and add to my long position for hopefully that next major leg to the upside. Now, if we go ahead and pull up the, or we got the BitLab indicators on here, let me just go ahead, and I do want to pull up the significant movement, or I guess that was already open. No, what do I want? I want the market intelligence. There it is. Okay, so if you pull up the market intelligence, once it kind of loads up here, you can see that we were getting some bearish signals up here at the highs of this range, which is why, guys, the with the market intelligence indicator specifically is just really helpful. Just to, you know, we were already looking at this, just this level of resistance as, hey, this is the top of the range. We're expecting some bearish confirmations. We got a beautiful bearish divergence indication here on that market intelligence indicator, and beautiful, just basically called the top of that move. And then you also had your orange wave here, and this is on the 2-hour chart. You have your orange wave here kind of calling for a top here, and then you also have your relative extrema bars coming right out of your green wave, letting you know that this move may have been a little bit more unhealthy and may be ready to kind of rubber band back to the downside, which is almost exactly what happened. But as of, you know, as of right now, guys, basically things remain exactly the same almost as the past like 2 weeks, right? So levels all remain the same, but what I do want to do is pull up Ethereum, because Ethereum has continued to give us some moves here, which is very, very interesting. Now, I'm just going to go ahead and hide the indicators real quick just to clean up the charts here. Now, you guys can see we did have a little bit of a local range here. I'll go ahead and pull that real quick. So we had this little local range we were trading in, and we finally got that breakout to our next level that we were looking at, which was at about $18,086, I think was the exact level that I was looking at. And we got that push right up into that level before cooling off. And then last night on my live stream, we were talking about how if we were able to break through that level and, you know, basically flip it to support, which we may be doing right now, but we were looking for a push above that level because, guys, if you pull up the visible range volume profile here, go ahead and there you go. Pull up the visible range volume profile just to look at where the volume is at. You can see, right? We were expecting if we broke out of this value area high that we'd get that quick move through this little gap right up to our next high volume node. Again, at about 1886. That's why I was looking at that level. And then we were looking for a push above that level because we did have another gap, which this is kind of new volume forming here. But our next major area of volume, or the next you know, level based off of the volume profile, would be at that $2,000 level. Should be able to spawn the volume there. So yeah, if you zoom out, you could see that next spike in volume does come in at about $2,000. So that is essentially the next level that I am looking at for Ethereum. If we can continue this push to the upside, just push a little bit higher into that gap to get up to that $2,000 level. And I think on Blockchain Basement, a few weeks ago when I was on Blockchain Basement with TJ, someone asked us what our, where do you think Ethereum can go by the end of the year, I think was the question. And I think I said $2,000. I know a lot of other people were saying around 18 to 2,000. And here we are, pretty early. So maybe we could actually get a little bit higher than this. I didn't think we would get up to 2K this soon, again, if we make it up there. But we are very, very close. Not only would you be testing this little high volume node, but you'd also be coming up to test these highs that you made back here in August of 2022. So I would expect a decent level or a decent amount of a resistance there. Also, it's a psychological level, that even $2,000 level. A lot of people have limit orders set there. So I am expecting it to be a very strong level. But other than that, guys, all the levels remain the same. Again, I would lean still a little bit more towards more of a pullback before our next major leg up. But until then, I am just scalping those sideways ranges, jumping in, grabbing my bag, and jumping right out. And with all that being said, go check out my YouTube channel. Frankie Candles will be going live at 5:45 p.m. Eastern Standard Time every single weekday. And I did drop a market update this morning, so go check that out if you guys are interested in looking more into the TA that we were just talking about. That's all I got. Back to Ben. Bing bong.
Do you watch all your trades? Like, do you watch the trades? Like, how long are you average in a trade? You're in a trade for a while, aren't you?
Yeah, well, if I'm scalping, I'll sit at
Yeah.
If I'm in like a day trade or like a 2-3 day trade, I'll let it ride.
So 2-3 day, you let it ride, but if you're scalping, you'll watch it.
Yeah, like if I'm trading the 1 minute or the 5 minute, I'll sit at
Here's what I've noticed. What I've noticed is one of my biggest problems in trading is watching it. Because when you watch the trade, when it does go favorable, you already start putting in your take profits and stuff like that, or your moving up your stop loss, and you move it up so close to where it is, like, because you want to get the gains that you just had. However, if something's running, it's probably going to dip down a little bit and then go back up. And when you don't watch a trade and you just let it sit and you have your stop loss and your take profits already put in place, that's when you get to take advantage of the big moves. So that's what happened this morning. Why I got the one big move was because I was not watching it. And I just checked my phone. I saw the price of Bitcoin. I said, oh, Bitcoin's down. Let me check this trade. And it hit my take profit, which was, I think, right at the bottom. So, which was pretty good. But I think that's something I'm going to try to do, is not watch my trades as much, because it gets me stressed out. And yeah, it really does. And it really makes you, like, you start just trading on the numbers without even like looking at the chart sometimes.
Right.
Because you feel like the resistance is here because you've seen it get hit so many times. And when it gets there, you're like, oh, that's it. I'm shorting.
That's what you said right there. You feel it. It's the
Yeah.
emotion. You
Yep.
can't have too many emotions in trading.
So a good strategy, I'll give you guys this. Here's a good strategy that maybe we should actually implement the strategy today even, and do a trade, is that if you are going in, so I talked to a guy who's an Uber driver in Miami, really great guy, watched the channel, big trader, made a ton of money in crypto, lost all of it leverage trading. So remember, leverage trading can be dangerous if you don't do it the right way. Don't use proper risk management. So what he said he discovered is that every time he would go into a trade, it would always go to his stop loss. Like, and that stop loss he would set at a place where he felt like there's no way it's going to go there. And it would go there every time. So you know what he started doing? And he finally became successful. He started just putting an order to buy in or to sell at what he would choose as the stop loss for where he wants to go in.
There you go.
Yeah, that's a pretty good strategy. You have to figure out a way to beat the system because everybody's playing the same game. So that's a pretty good one. With sports betting, that doesn't work, because if you're a bad sports bettor and you just pick the opposite, it's impossible to be unbiased picking a team when you know you're going to take the opposite. Does that make sense?
Yeah.
Yeah. So, man, Braves are looking good, by the way. Good
Yeah,
Braves.
I haven't even seen any yet.
Yeah, they're 4-1. We're going, yeah,
Way to start it.
whip the Cardinals twice. We're going on Thursday and Saturday night to the game,
Nice.
me and my family. So if you guys see me there at the stadium, would love to say hi. A guy in the chat said he had a dream he saw me at a restaurant and he didn't want to bother me and he didn't want to say hi. Please make sure if you see me in public, you come say hi. I would love to see you and talk to you. All right, so let's move on here. Let's go to headlines. Let's start here. Oh, there it was. It was the first one. There it was. My wife just sent me another screenshot of something in the chat. What do they say? Whoa, is that Tennessee orange? Yeah, no, it's actually, I think, Clemson colors, isn't it? Not like kind of purple right there? So, I don't know. Yeah, guys, I am not a Tennessee fan, but my demon looks like a Tennessee demon. It's smoky gray and orange. But I'm getting the new demon, by the way, guys. Signed the paperwork for it this morning. It'll beat a Tesla. It's 1.6 to 60. The new demon is 1.6 seconds to 60. The Tesla's 1.9.
Dang.
Yeah. Okay. All right. So we already talked about that headline. Donald Trump says the U.S. dollar is crashing. Is it time to buy Bitcoin? Is this part of Donald Trump's strategy maybe to go backwards on his Bitcoin take and be pro-Bitcoin? It makes total sense for Donald Trump to do that.
Of course. It's very, basically they're not,
Yeah.
the establishment isn't working for you.
No.
We need a new system.
That economy is so bad right now. I don't know. Like, Trump's crushing DeSantis right now in the polls. I don't know if those are legit, but I thought DeSantis was probably going to be the candidate this year, but the economy being so bad is actually probably the only possible narrative that people could put their opinion aside on. Some people, some independent people can put because independent voters decide the election, can put their opinion of him aside and say, well, this is better than working at McDonald's, and McDonald's ain't even hiring. So, okay. I still don't think they'll let him win. Who are they? I don't know. But I don't know. I don't think they'll let him win. Or even run, maybe. The U.S. dollar is one of the world's most widely used currencies. It's also a primary reserve currency. Did you see Michael Saylor on Tucker Carlson?
I didn't see it, but I heard.
We should do a react video to that.
Yeah, that'd be good.
Yeah. We should do it tomorrow. No, I'm not going to be here tomorrow. Should have done it as a segment. That would have been good. Somebody else can react to it, and then I can do another video made this weekend on it. Bill Ackman warned the U.S. economy is heading for a train wreck. Meanwhile, Trump is not the only one targeting the dollar. China, Russia, and their allies are reportedly developing plans for their own currency blocks. Why do they spell it with a C?
I don't know.
Is that because the author had been writing BRIC so much that BRICS is spelled like that?
Unless that's, well, I mean, if it was
BRICS, the BRICS countries.
Yeah, no, I know.
Yeah.
I'm just saying you'd think unless that's an abbreviation for something else, but I guess that'd be all capital.
Maybe he's foreign. Like maybe he's British. Maybe that's how they say there. Bjarki Bjorkisen. Sorry about your last name. I butchered it that time. The Wi-Fi moment will be when all YouTubers stop to talk about the dollar. The dollar will die. You should be talking about Bitcoin versus gold. Long live crypto and the freedom of living. I think people
Ironically, we were literally just talking about the dollar.
Yeah, we were.
We were literally reading a story about that.
Yeah. I think people are waking up, though. I do think people are waking up. People
I will
are
say,
understanding finance YouTube.
Yeah, things are, the economy is great.
crazy.
The dollar is showing a lot of cracks. I do think it is a little bit overblown at how, I don't think it's going to be as dramatic as quick as a lot of people think. You know, like, yes, we're starting to see the first signs of cracks and some of that sort of stuff, but it's not, you know, like 80% of the trade still done in the dollar. Most of these countries still have their reserves in the dollar. They're not going to just get rid of all of their money overnight. You know, this is not going to happen immediately. It can happen quickly, but I think people are getting a little more scared that the world's going to end 6 months from now, and it's not. Even if we lose the reserve currency.
These admins, by the way, are all putting up the definition of block BLOC.
There you go.
And it is, I'll read Jen's. A combination of countries, parties, or groups sharing a common purpose. Huh.
Block.
Well, that's interesting. Maybe FTX has a lot in common with my local swinger group that I'm not a part of.
What does that mean?
Well, because it says here, like, they have common interests. So FTX and the swinger group, go get polyculed. Did you know that was a word, polycule?
I mean, not until FTX.
I don't even technically know what it means. Somebody post a definition. Appreciate it. Trump would lose to a cardboard cutout of anybody. His stench is too strong. Polls showing 60% of independents would not vote for him. Well, that's dumb. Sorry, that's stupid. Like, if the economy going into the tank, and I'm not saying he's the person to save it, but I'm saying it was better when he was in. We're talking about people becoming homeless, people losing their homes, people losing their cars, people losing their jobs. Like, very bad. Some people predicting Great Depression. So you would take that if these were the only two candidates, the current president and that president, the former president. You would take that over a guy that's mean. To me, I think that's heartless and cruel, what you just said. So, but I understand people don't like him, and that's why, like, I thought DeSantis would probably get it. We're ways away from it. Well, I know a lot of Trump people that want DeSantis because they just don't think Trump can win or they'll let him win, you know? And I don't mean necessarily his election was stolen. I mean, there are tons of things that occurred in the last couple of years that were used against him, obviously. So, so there we go. Biden shouldn't run again. I think that's what I heard. It wasn't that was going to happen. That he wasn't going to run again. But Gavin Newsom now maybe taking a Senate seat. All right, Bitcoin. Let's see. What is the title here for this? Bitcoin set for 30,000 while gold is close to all-time high.
Hansman Osman said he picked a coin, Polk City. If you guys, we are going to do a pick a coin segment later in the show.
Needs to be a top 200 coin.
Yeah, you need to pick a top 200 coin off of CoinMarketCap or CoinGecko, and we'll do a review. So drop that in the chat while he's doing this.
While the price of gold, or while the gold price rose 2.1% yesterday, it's now close to an all-time high. That's great. The Bitcoin price is staging a new attempt to break 2829. We know it's kind of dumped a little bit. The fact they're moving correlated. When was the last time they moved correlated? It would have been probably like during the beginning of the pandemic, weren't they moving?
They were pretty similar.
There was like maybe a 1 month period where one did something totally different, and after that, they got on track. That's because people are looking for safe havens right now. Biden's base is ironclad. No limit to the number of 1825 who will vote to protect. Blah blah blah. Actually, that's not true. Actually, statistics show that there are more younger people that are against abortion than ever before. I think it ultimately is not going to matter because in 50 years, all women are going to be having babies in test tubes. Is that the best way to say that? Birthing a child will be outlawed because it will be seen as too dangerous.
You think so? And how many?
The same way driving a car will be once automated driving shows a significant decrease, if not a complete increase or decrease in accidents.
Do you think like next 100 years or so, or 50 years, or what?
No, like much sooner than that.
I'm talking
like
about for the babies.
For the baby, I think 50 years. We are gonna go so far in the next 50 years. It's gonna be insane. Like technology only speeds up at an exponential rate. So it's actually destroyed. What was the law? Was it Metcalfe's law or no?
Yeah,
what's the law where it doubles?
I think it's.
Is it Metcalfe's law?
I think so.
Yeah. So technology is going to get faster and faster and faster. And if you can have a baby and not have to carry it, even though that's a personal thing about being a woman and being a human, is that experience. If it's deemed by the people to be safer to do it that way, all idiots are going to have to be having some underground doulas, I think. People are going to vote for the candidate that shows financial intelligence. There's a certain portion that's definitely not going to do that.
I don't think that's how you spell intelligence.
Yeah. I wasn't going to reference it.
It's just ironic.
Let's see.
I'm a terrible speller, so.
He is bad. On-chain metric signaling new cycle transition for Bitcoin. Glassnode notes that Bitcoin's accumulation trend score has been rising this year. Let's see here, moving up. Also looking at the transfer volume, it's going up, which is good. Or the declining transfer volume was going down. Now it's getting increased, but I think that's maybe in stable coins. It doesn't say. Does it just show Bitcoin on that? Yeah. Okay. Additionally, Glassnode notes that the realized cap hodl waves metric shows holders of different age brackets. Shows there's an ongoing transfer of wealth to short-term holders. Wait. Transfer of wealth. They're just accumulating, I guess. Short-term cycle wealth at cycle low. Yeah, these are transition points. Oh, you know, it's interesting. Oh. All right, check this out. So let's see if we can zoom in on this more here. What do you notice on this chart, TJ? Can you see it very well?
I can't see it very well, no. I mean, I can see the general size and color. I mean, I can't read it. I can see the colors in the bottom. I can't see. That's 21 in the middle, or?
Yeah, it goes from January 14, January 23rd. Here's what I noticed. In every single one of the blue lines, now this would be considered the bottom of the market, the bottom of the bear market, the transition to bull market, okay? What I notice is every single one of them has the U-shape, right?
Yep.
Here's your U-shape in this bear market. Right here is the U-shape in this bear market. And right here is the U-shape in this bear market. This one was much shorter than the other one, so it almost looks like a V. But it is, it lines up. This tracks. So if you've been watching the channel since last May, you know, we called the bottom in November. Last May, we said it was going to be, and it occurred. And now we're taking credit for it. And Bitcoin is not, there's nothing on the Bitcoin chart to show we're going to see new lows in this cycle, or we're going to see dramatic fall to $3,000. It's not going to happen. After a few years, you will not be able to buy a dollar bill. Everything will be digital. Big Brother will be watching your every move. What's the new super chat? Okay, I don't know about that. Guys, we're picking major coins right now.
Yeah, I've got a couple. They put a bunch in there. I got.
Should we have a segment called the shill segment where we just allow people to shill a coin and I look at it?
Maybe every once in a while.
Yeah,
not too often. But.
Yeah, of course. Would y'all like that? I know they would.
Yeah,
I know they're gonna have those Suka guys are gonna be in here for sure. Crypto said, "I wish I would have listened in November." Well, you know what? We told people that we couldn't be 100% sure at that point. I'm like 99.9% sure now. During that time, I was about probably 75% sure within 2 weeks. But the thing is, we told everybody, make sure you're dollar cost averaging anyways to protect yourself from that. So you learn the lesson. Next time, I don't think it's a bad thing to start dollar cost averaging in. Go up a little bit.
Also, it was Moore's Law that we were talking about.
Moore's Law. I get Moore's and
Metcalf's.
Metcalf's.
I get them mixed up so much because they're somewhat similar, and obviously
is Metcalf's Law like the
network effect? It's doubling the size of the
Rob
users.
Powell talks about it a lot.
Yeah. Cubic whatever.
Biden didn't get 81 million votes because people loved him. Yeah. There's a lot to dissect in that sentence. Would you rather have SBF or Biden as president? I mean, is Biden the president? Is he? Like, everyone pretty much universally agrees that he's not the actual person calling the shots, right? We don't know who it is. I don't know who's calling the shots. But it ain't Joe Biden. 60% of Democrats don't want this guy. That's pretty bad. So, I don't know. All right. We don't want to turn this into a presidential
We're gonna be forced to talk about politics a year
are.
from now, so let's not jump the gunner. Let's not start playing the Christmas music in July.
Well, at the end of this month, we're going to be talking politics a lot more. You guys will find out what that means.
Play the Christmas music in August.
You can play the Christmas music in August. JP Morgan CEO suggests land expropriations. Why this could drive investors towards Bitcoin. The banking executive suggested that this could be the only way for governments to reach their net zero carbon emissions targets. Once again, the nation states narrative. I think we had that one first. We've got a lot of stuff right the last year. For the last 2 or 3 years, we have. A stupid $100,000 Bitcoin, that XRP case. After the XRP case ends, do you think people still bring that up? That I said it would be over in September of 2021? The most truly bitter will.
Yeah, I mean, it'll get less and less as time goes on.
Yeah. Raul San Miguel says Trump's the reason we're in the situation. No, guys, we're in the situation because of a pandemic. That's what the catalyst for all this was. This was not a president's fault. It wasn't Joe Biden's fault. It wasn't Donald Trump's fault. It wasn't George Bush's fault.
It's the fiat system's fault in a lot of ways.
So this was always going to happen. It's just you had to have a catalyst to get you there. So, all right. Diamond added that the window to fight against climate change is closing. Oh my gosh. Is it really closing? Because if it's closing and we don't win, so we're just going to blow up the earth? Like, what's the option here, Jamie?
It's closed. We're done. Might as well burn it to the ground.
Jamie Dimon is, if you've seen this movie, I think it's called The End of the World, maybe? The one that's got Leonardo DiCaprio and Jennifer Lawrence. You saw it, didn't you? Where like a meteor's hitting the earth and everybody's divided politically, so the Republicans don't believe it and the Democrats are telling you everybody's going to die. And
I don't know if I did. Okay, I know what you're talking about, but no, I never watched it.
It's a great movie.
A lot of people said it was great.
The end is really funny because some people, I'm not going to spoil it, some people leave the planet and years later they land somewhere and a guy gets out and he's such a freaking douche. He's one of these elite guys. He's such a douche. And I'll just say this, I'm not going to ruin it for people, but he gets exactly what he deserves at the very end. And that could easily be Jamie Dimon. I can see Jamie Dimon getting in a shuttle and floating around in space, frozen for 100 years, and landing on a planet. And then he gets out and he realizes that all of the XRP people became quadrillionaires and can all fly. And they're on that planet waiting for him with diamond hand gloves. That's what they would need, some diamond hand gloves.
That'd be pretty sick.
Yeah. Jamie Dimon. There we go. I do not advocate for violence.
Yeah.
Let's see. Diamond used the conflict between Russia and Ukraine, used an argument could justify government carrying out eminent domain. In that sense, decade-old decentralized launched network by Satoshi Nakamoto. As a response, as seen in the charts above, these addresses continue their upward trend. So really what he's saying here is people could be turning to Bitcoin. Why do you think he's saying that? I believe JP Morgan's probably getting ready to start crypto trading. They already do some, I believe. Everybody says climate change is going to reach a point of no return. They put it at 10 years, fail, rinse, and repeat. Guys, do you understand how strong this planet is? Do you know what this planet has to withstand just to exist in this solar system? It's a little cocky, I think, of us to believe that we are going to destroy the Earth.
Did it again?
It did it again. Well, it's barely hanging on by a thread here. Hold on, let me fix this. I finally broke it. Really
You're gonna probably have to
I have to unscrew it.
unplug it. Unplug the top. Yeah. He said he's Tim the Tool. They can't hear you because the mic's unplugged. It's Ben the Toolman Armstrong. Yeah. The Tool Girl. Get it? All right, you got to plug it back in. Top. Right there, on your hand. So right there, right there.
You guys can see why I don't touch my own equipment. There you go. They do let me touch the screen, which is also dangerous sometimes. But U.S. regular $91 billion bond cash shadow over mortgage market. Shark Tank star Kevin O'Leary calls litigating your crypto regulator really stupid. This is a great way for Kevin O'Leary to come out and say, hey guys, I work with the regulators. Shocker. Did you see, I think they sold, did Kevin O'Leary sell his exchange yesterday or something happened to it?
Oh, I don't know.
Yeah, look that up. Something major happened to, what's the name of his exchange? Not Bitfury, is it? Bitberry, I think. Is that it? Coin? I don't know what it is. Let's see. He said it'd be good to work it out. Venture capitalist and Shark Tank star Kevin O'Leary said crypto exchanges shouldn't be taking legal action against regulators. In Coinbase's case, O'Leary said it would be better to sit down and work it out. They won't sit down with him, Kevin. You idiot. This is the whole thing. Brad Garlinghouse has said it. Brian Armstrong has said it. And guess what? Brian is also of your bald clan. Your clan of bald people. He's in on that. So are some of the viewers. We love the viewers that are bald. But the fact is, these guys here, they're not willing, the SEC is not willing to sit down with these guys. They've already shown that. And they've already had good faith conversations. You know what the SEC did? Used it against them. Why would they do that? Litigation is the answer here. And this is funny for BitBuys. For the retail investor, they're for the industry, which is fine. They protect their interests. But they have as much money as Ripple does. They're going to fight this. And they probably actually have people that are more in tune with working in compliance, even the Ripple, with a lot of the crossover there. So they've
been burned by this tactic the most too. They've been trying to sit down with the regulators for years and years and trying to get a straight answer, and they haven't been able to. So
absolutely,
they've got as strong a case as anybody of saying, like, look, we've been at the table asking these questions the whole time, and only thing the SEC does is gather information and use it against us.
Guys, the SEC does not do its job. I don't know how to say it more plainly than that. Texas Senate committee moves forward on bill removing incentives for crypto miners. Certain crypto mining firms would try to reduce the environmental costs, it looks like. Texas Senate Committee on Business and Commerce has passed legislation that would largely remove incentives for miners operating under the state's crypto-friendly regulatory environment. This won 10-0. It's going to fix Texas utilities and tax code. They were going to compensate them for load reductions on the power grid, but it would be anticipated demand or cap for anticipated demand of less than 10% of total load. So everybody can't do it, is what it's saying. Like, that makes sense. You should be incentivized to do something. If everybody's incentivized to do it, then probably nobody does it. You agree with that?
Sure, I guess. I mean, it probably depends on what it is and some other factors. But.
Yeah. Well, like, why would they offer up an incentive to everyone?
Yeah. Once the incentive's used up, it's done, is basically what you're saying. Yeah.
Yeah, well, it creates competition, makes people want to be the percentage that gets it.
Right.
You know, and so it can actually drive them to eliminate even more off the power grid with the incentive. Let's see. Dennis Porter, CEO of Satoshi Action Fund. Can you write his name down? Can you remind me to try to get in touch with this guy? Dennis Porter.
Yeah.
Changes to the state's code would effectively eliminate incentives for crypto miners to create jobs in rural parts of Texas. Wow. Claimed that lawmakers on the committee had been swayed by the influence and the powerful bill sponsor. Senator Colhurst is the senator. I don't know him. Now you can store your NFTs on MetaMask.
That might be after CT Minute for NFT Corner.
Oh, yeah, it is. You're right. Okay. All right. Let's go to the crypto Twitter minute. Oh, look at this. Our account has been locked.
Oh, yeah.
You can show this. What do we do? We had a video removed. It was the video we made with the dev. Somebody in that video, I believe most likely Sam Trabucco, reported that video because I had a picture of him on it and his name. Somebody reported it. I should be able to actually get the information for the person who reported it from Twitter. Casper for Pick a Coin segment. We actually already did Casper.
We did Casper. But yeah, but shout out to Stake for sponsoring the CT Minute, even though we don't have CT right
Well,
now.
no, we do.
Oh,
we
you
do.
got it
Come back up. We've already been on it. That was from earlier this morning. That they left it up there. Okay. Guys, this is the CT Minute brought to you by Stake. Thank you to our lovely sponsor of the show. Let's go ahead and take a pause for a commercial break. Those of you who say thank you, we appreciate all of you. We appreciate you guys watching those. It helps to let the sponsor know, people are watching, paying attention. We know it's been a big transition. Just want to say thank you to all the BitSquad. You guys have been great about it. This is a long-term deal. So this is not going to be, get used to loving steak. I love steak. Favorite cut, filet mignon in the bone, the in-bone filet.
In-bone
filet. What's everybody's favorite cut of steak? Put it in the chat. What's yours, TJ?
That's tough. I like a lot. I mean, I like a good filet. I don't know about in-bone.
The bone in is so. Have you had it? Have you had a bone-in filet? I don't know if you've had it.
I don't know if I.
They don't have it at that many places.
Yeah, I don't know if I have either. But.
STK has one. Ate at a place across from Crypto.com Arena.
Yeah,
that had it. The Majestos or something like that.
I can go. I mean,
a lot of ribeyes.
Yeah, a lot of ribeyes. I'm not a big ribeye person.
I'm not either.
I like it more.
T-bone. I do like a T-bone. A T-bone is good, but not as good as
every once in a while. Yeah. I like strip.
Tomahawk's overrated, I think. It's fun. It's a event.
Yeah.
But don't molest the mic.
We already fixed it. Don't worry.
We don't have anybody that works here. Let's name that. Hamburger steak. That's a bold move.
That's a
bold move. I respect it. It's like people that smoke cigarettes. Like if you vape, I'm sorry, I don't like respect you for vaping. I don't disrespect you for it. But if you're still out there smoking Marlboros, you're a freaking king. You're a king. You're the most elite and most exclusive of all smokers. Okay. All right. Sorry. This bacon wrap filet. If any of you what about this? Have you heard of this one? Sinalis. Sinalis. It's like the special butcher's cut. They have it at STK as well. It's okay. It's not as good as the bone-in filet. And the bone-in filet, there's only like 80 or 90 bucks. Not even an expensive steak. So, all right, we brought Taco on for NFT minute corner. NFT corner. We should show the giveaway real quick before we do that. You guys make sure to go to Twitter real quick and check out the giveaway. We're running a little bit behind, so I'm not going to dig for tweets here. But make sure we're giving away $100 to 10 lucky winners on Stake. Just go to Twitter, is my pinned post, BitBoy_crypto, and you can sign up to win $100. And there you go. And then you can blow it on whatever you want to blow it on one game of Plinko. You can pretend that you are on The Price is Right. What's your favorite Price is Right game?
Me?
Yeah, you watched Price is Right, right? When you were home from school sick?
That was a little before me.
No, Price is Right still is on.
Well, I mean, I know it's still on, but no. I mean, I've seen it. I don't know all the different games.
When you missed school, when you were not at school, if you're my age, that was the highlight of your day was watching
Yeah.
the price.
Well, you remember I was homeschooled, so I was always not at school.
That makes sense. Total sense. Okay. Elk backstrap. Moose steaks are killer. I will tell you that. All right. So let's get back here to the NFT corner. We brought on our guy Taco. You guys know Taco. Because of course it is Taco Tuesday.
It's actually Wednesday.
No. Just like exactly. Just like Valentine's Day, we moved it to March or April. We're gonna call this Taco Tuesday. So what's going on in the world of NFTs, Taco?
So this morning, I just put out an NFT Alpha video. It should be coming out at 5 p.m. tonight. But I went over the Yuga Labs ecosystem a little bit and their other side. So it's their NFT metaverse land. And today, it should be happening. The vessels are descending onto your other D land, and you're going to be able to claim them. So these are dynamic NFTs. I think I went over it last time I was on the show. So they're able to change forms. So my guess is these vessels are going to be their own unique NFT that you can extract from your other side land.
Oh.
And the real cool thing about it too is they partnered with Gucci. So
That's my guy.
So there's a limited edition 3,333 Gucci pennants. So it's like a little necklace.
Yeah.
But your actual vessel or your coda on your other side is going to be able to wear it in game.
This is starting to sound a lot like Dungeons and Dragons to me.
I mean, what they're doing is amazing. They're bringing a bunch of
Do you
players.
play Dungeons and Dragons? Have you played it?
No, but I got a little breakdown from Decker. He plays a lot of that.
Yeah, he does.
Sounds like a fun game to play in your spare time if you're a kid. But
I mean, they told me the reason they play, or the people that play in the office one time, is it's just they just get together and drink and talk. That's
yeah,
what
pretty
it is.
much.
That makes sense to me.
And then play with little figurines,
Yeah.
throw some
Yeah.
dice. You know,
Yeah, it's not my kind of game. I don't like the games where like you roll dice and it tells you what to do. Not where to move, but like you know what I'm saying.
I like card games.
Yeah, it reminds me of like a old school RPG on Nintendo or something.
What kind of is? Yeah.
Yeah, it kind of is. Right.
In real life.
Yeah.
So back to Yuga Labs. So these pennants, you're going to be able to get the in real life version of it. So they're Fiji digital. So they're going to be 450 ape coin. So it's another utility for ape coin. So that's around $1,900. It's a first come, first serve. So there's about 31,000 people that own these other deeds. So in the next day, you're going to be able to get your vessel. And then in the next day after that, you're going to be able to have a chance to get this pennant. And my guess is they're going to be worth a lot in the future. Maybe I'll be rocking it at the next Ape Fest
Are you a jewelry guy?
No. So
Yeah, I'm not either. So
I mean, it'd be
I
unique
got a
on
rubber
me.
wedding ring.
A rubber.
Yeah.
I mean, so yeah, that's what I'm looking out for in Yuga Labs and NFTs right now. They're the biggest project
But
in
the
the
floor
space.
price has been dropping, right?
The floor price?
Yeah.
I mean, you can kind of blame Blur with that. Like
Yeah,
they're
but
farming.
it is dropping.
Yeah, I mean, it right now is probably the most affordable that they're going to be. I mean, we're at like the depths of the bear market. I saw your chart earlier.
So we
might be coming back up.
So people understand what we did. We have our mutant ape still. Why are you just showing Taco?
It's the way the hot button.
Wow. You press hot and it shows Taco for me?
Something like that.
Oh, okay. But what happened is I collateralized my Bored Ape, right? With little bunny ears, collateralized it. And when it came time to pay the loan off, we're looking for some liquidity, came time to pay the loan payoff was actually less, or excuse me, the loan payoff was more than the floor price. And my ape is a floor ape. So it didn't make sense to me to get it back when we could go buy another cooler one for the same price or less. So that's where we're at with Bored Apes. We're going to start looking and try to figure out one that I do want because we just got that one. I like the bunny ears. It was around the Ether bunny stuff. You guys remember that? But overall, it wasn't that cool of an ape. The mutant with the bunny ears, though, it's what do they call it?
Mutant.
It's just mutant, but
it's version 1 mutant.
Yeah, it's V1. Is really cool. So I did keep that one. But I guess there's probably not a lot of Bored Apes for sale out there that haven't mutated, probably, wouldn't you think?
They're getting down to their last numbers.
Yeah.
There's going to be
Maybe we should look into them.
20,000 total, and I believe they're getting close to that number.
Yeah.
Each Bored Ape is able to mutate into an M1 and to an M2.
Yeah. And the M2s are really expensive, right?
Yeah, those serums go to Bored Ape
Where are they
Chemistry
now, I
Club.
wonder?
I could look it up.
Yeah.
Last time I checked, I think there were like 20 or 30 Ethereum.
Yeah. That's not, yeah, it was like 60 or 70, I think, when we were looking at doing it. So a couple of NFT stories while you're looking that up. You can store your NFTs on MetaMask now. This probably is not that much different than what you see when you log in, I would think, because you can already see your NFTs on MetaMask. This is actually the custody, the storage, I think, is going into MetaMask instead of going to be actually just in your Ethereum wallet.
Yeah, the cool thing is with this update, you can go right into your extension and pretty much right at the top or like close to the top, it'll say portfolio site. So you can go to the actual browser page for all of your crypto, all of your NFTs, and you'll see the NFT button and it'll display all of them nice and clean. You can see the pictures, you can see the blockchain, you can see the contract address, everything. And yeah, so the M2s are at about 28 Ethereum, and that's about $52,000 to mutate your Bored Ape at this time.
Bull market, that's nothing. That's easy.
No, yeah.
If you don't have an extra $50,000 to
What are you
buy,
doing?
to buy that, to buy a mutant or a mutated version of your Bored Ape,
Just the serum.
what are you doing?
Just the serum.
You should only hold Shiba then.
You also have to buy the ape.
Yeah, and this 52,000 pretty much burns, and then you receive the mutated apes. So just a little bit extra onto this.
Yeah.
So they have like ApeCoin staking, and just like you were saying about like collateralizing your ape, people are like max staking their ApeCoin with their Bored Ape or with their mutant ape, and they're getting about, I don't know, $3,000 a month just on the staking rewards.
Huh.
So it's
what about you take Ethereum, you go to Lido Finance, you stake your Ethereum,
Yep.
You get your Lido tokens back, your ST
liquidity pool,
your ST ETH.
Yeah.
Take that ETH, you go buy a mutant ape or a Bored Ape, whatever you can stake with. Or you were saying just staking the V2s?
The ape coin itself.
Oh, the ape coin.
Yeah.
Trade the staked ETH for ape coin, go stake it, make a bunch of money, and then when it's time to decollateralize your loan, you just go over there and you just decollateralize it, and you've made a bunch of money with. You had to have a pool of ETH sitting around. I mean, you can't just make money out of nothing. You have to have that. But that's a good way to make some extra money. I want to do more videos on stuff like that.
Yeah, I mean, there's it pays for my lunch every week. All my staking rewards that I fly down to Mexico to claim them, just because the U.S. At lunch, it's a quick flight, and yeah, it pays for my lunch pretty much every week. I just turn it into USDC, send the USDC to my Coinbase card, and there you go.
Wow, this guy uses a Coinbase card. He's a baller. Let me tell you, when Taco's on a date on Taco Tuesday, and he pulls out that Coinbase card and shows it, she does not even know what that is.
Yeah.
She sees it and she's like, interesting sounding bank. Coinbase. Makes sense. They have coins in a bank.
Exactly.
Yeah, that's what she's thinking.
Works out well.
Okay. If the girl you're with doesn't know you're freaking Taco, you're Taco,
Yeah.
like you're a celebrity. Like, how many times have you been recognized in real life?
More than once.
More than once.
Yeah.
Hey.
How many of y'all ladies can say your boyfriend has been recognized? Are you on the market, Taco?
Am I on the market?
Are you
Oh
on the
yeah,
secondary
I
market?
am. I'm
Taco's
open
on the
for
secondary
business.
market, ladies. Ladies, here's Taco. He's a great softball player, a good friend, and he's into NFTs. So you got to hold that against him. Or maybe you like that and you will hold it against him.
Yeah, it's just weighted averages.
Okay. All right. Thank you, Taco, for filling us in for NFT Corner.
Glad to be here, guys.
You guys make
Thank
sure
you.
to go check out NFT Alpha, where you can see Taco talking more in depth about that. OpenSea launches platform geared toward pro NFT collectors. I just want to turn around, kicking me. He's crawling on the floor. Why were you crawling on the floor, Taco?
Trying to stay out of the shot.
Yeah, I like it. Well, the ladies wanted to see you again. They wanted to see you're taller than me because I'm tall, 5'10". So, Taco, how tall are you? 6'2". There you go, ladies. And even though he is a ginger, he does have a soul. I've seen it.
You've seen his soul?
Yeah, I've seen his soul. Look deep into his eyes.
Wow.
Yeah, when he accidentally sent all that Ethereum to the wrong guy. How much was it? It's like
It was-
25 ETH.
Yeah, I feel like
It was a
50
lot of
grand.
Yeah,
40
it was like
grand.
50 grand. He said to the wrong guy. We got it back though. Don't worry. We investigated.
Mhm.
We people searched and found the guy, and we contacted him and his wife, and they got to send it back. So it was somebody we knew who it was, but he was trying to be anonymous, and he ended up giving the money back, so it was good. But anyways, okay. So this is for pro collectors. This is big, guys. You guys know Vumio is going to be launching at some point. I'm an investor advisor in that platform. It's going to be the one to the end all be all. And it's very interesting because conversations they're having are about like, how do you survive as a NFT business with no fees? And there's some ways to do it. And now we've got two. We have Blur that's showing you the token model. And then we have OpenSea, which is having now a pro dashboard where you pay a monthly fee and you get access to different features. So I think it's smart. It's called DEMISE, which now I finally understand that tweet. Somebody tweeted earlier about DEMISE. I had no idea what that was in reference to. Let's see. So Jim is thinking it's early supporters with the DEMISE NFT drop. Eligible users who purchase an NFT on the platform before March 31st, 2023 can claim a free DEMISE NFT, a twist on similar token incentives employed by Blur. We should do this. Yeah, because we have a lot of NFTs. So there you go. Only a few centralized marketplaces will emerge as winners. Let's see. We think this is the generation the winner is going to be born out of, for sure. OpenSea was never going to be, OpenSea was MySpace. It always was. It always will be. MySpace tried to do stuff too. I think OpenSea is pretty much dead. I think not having a token is going to kill them because of how much value people have gotten out of the tokens from the other platforms and like layer 2 protocols and stuff. And your OpenSea users never got anything. So now it looks like they're going to do some, you're going to get some access to this if you bought NFTs. But I don't know. This is going to be interesting. I don't think OpenSea is going to be a big player in 5 years. What do you think?
Yeah, I'm torn. I was looking, I mean, you can kind of call this back to, you know, Coinbase and Coinbase Pro. You know, you can kind of see like you've got the retail, like, hey, you just want to come on and buy one NFT. You can use OpenSea. If you want to trade NFTs, use OpenSea Pro. But no, I don't think they have the staying power, the innovation, or the incentive really to stay top of the game the whole time. There's too much competition out there.
And Juan Luna says, I eat the bone first on my ribeye. There's a barbecue place in Woodstock where you can eat the ribs and you can literally eat the bones.
Yeah. Where is that place?
You know, when you're going up to the main road in downtown Woodstock off of Townley Parkway, is that barbecue place right to the left? It's in a little shopping center right before you get to the churches and then the red light.
Okay, yeah.
Yeah, it's right there on the left. It's a good barbecue place. But those, I didn't know that. And I took a bite of that rib and the bone was in my mouth. I was like, wait a second. Pretty good, actually. And I'm not ashamed to say, I ate every single one of those bones and I lived through it. They were good. I didn't even know that was a thing. All right, let's check out tools. This is Token Terminal.
Were we supposed to do pick a coin?
Yeah, I got it backwards. Sorry, go ahead.
Yeah, well, and then basically I'll give you two options. The main two people were saying was Harmony 1 or Immutable X.
Let's
a
do
lot of requests for both.
Yeah, let's do Immutable X because I want to look up something real quick. I've been meaning to do this and we'll do it on the show. Immutable X, Kevin O'Leary, because he has a company called Immutable. Is it related? Is Jordan Freed? Okay, so Jordan Freed is related to Immutable Holdings. Jordan Freed was a big investor, I think, in HBAR or Algorand. I think it's HBAR. And he, I think, also created NFT.com, maybe?
Is that, yes.
Yeah.
Is that guy? Yeah.
Yeah, and I'll tell you, there's some interesting stuff about that guy. You read, there's some good stuff. There's some pretty sketchy stuff as well. I've never dug into it. I'm just telling you what, people have told me, and I haven't done my own research on it yet. But if you find some stuff on him, there you go. You can try to verify whether it's true or not. Kevin O'Leary, Shark Tank investor. Let's see. Join Yahoo Finance to discuss, blah, 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 blah. Yeah, it does not look like it's, yeah, here we go. This is on Reddit. Is this the cryptocurrency subreddit? Because they love me there. Let's see. No answers. Immutable holdings, not mutable X. They are different, aren't they? Good point. I've jumped the gun. I know you guys are probably answering this question in the chat. I'm just reading this before I look.
Question
Cannot
is,
see any ties, different CEOs. Okay. All right.
I know they just had a big partnership, I believe,
Yeah.
with Polygon on doing a lot of the Web3 gaming stuff.
Stash loves immutable X.
Yeah, a lot of people,
Loves
when it comes to Web3 gaming, they seem to be one of the big front runners when it comes to a gaming-based blockchain,
Yeah.
good partnerships, all ties to gaming.
Well, since I had not actually done this 7 seconds of research to verify whether it was the same or not, then I'd actually been like, I didn't want to touch immutable X because I thought that immutable is the same. It might be an extension or have a partnership or whatever, but it looks like it doesn't. So I guess that means we can go back to checking out immutable X maybe.
I think it's a strong project.
Yeah.
No zero knowledge project.
So, all right, let's go to CoinMarketCap. Let's look it up.
I'm pretty sure.
It's a what?
I'm pretty sure it's another ZK, or like
Yeah.
when they partner with what they've got going with Polygon and Matic and they put all that stuff together, it becomes a ZK, roll up type
Yeah.
solution.
Yeah, we definitely want to check those out. Okay, right now it's sitting at $1. Do you guys know why I don't talk about the actual price a lot? You guys know the price doesn't matter, right? You guys understand you should not be looking at where the price is other than to determine whether you are up from your entry point or not. Because the price is simply the supply or the market cap divided by the circulating supply. That gives you the price. The price is a product. It's not a standalone metric. The circulating supply, there's a mechanism for how they come in, but that is what it is. That doesn't change other than new coins being inflated, emissioned, created, brought into the circulating supply, whatever you want to say. So that's why like people say, what's your price prediction on Algorand? Algorand could be 7 cents. It could be $1.49. It could be $7. I have no idea. I don't know. I have no clue where the price is of almost any coin outside of, I know where ICP usually is. I know where XRP is. I know where Cardano, ADA is. I know where Bitcoin, know where Ethereum is. That's about it. I knew generally where BNB is. I'm trying to think if there's anything else. I know where it is. Dogecoin today. Today I know where Dogecoin is because I hit the trade. All right, let's go to the website. See, the website is just immutable.com. So that's why I think people might be a little confused at looking into it. The future of gaming awaits. Let's see what the best scaling technology. The scaling is the big part of immutable X. Zero knowledge rollups, just like TJ said. That's the same thing that Polygon uses. Ethereum grade security. Planet scale unlocked. Wow. That would be a big number if you weighed the planet. No, you're not going to laugh at that. That was a good one. Here's the WAGMI game. Huh, that's interesting. Ember Sword, God Unchained. Are any of these games good, I wonder?
I don't know how many of them are even out or in development.
I know that WAGMI is. I know it's out.
I mean, there's sure a handful of them are.
Planet
Alluvium,
Quest.
I know. A lot of people talk
Alluvium is.
about.
And God's Unchained is.
Yeah, of course.
Yeah.
Ember Sword, I'm pretty sure I've seen clips from.
I'm trying to think if there's any of these games that I might like based on the description. Space shooter game, maybe.
There are some that I have been seeing a lot. There's been a lot coming out lately that are way better than what I guarantee you think of as a blockchain game.
Yes.
They feel like a real game. They look
Yes.
like a real game. People are playing it because it's fun. They don't even know that there's NFTs in them, and they're still playing them. So
Thanks for
that's
laughing
just
out.
starting to happen in the last month or so.
I think it's interesting. Well, no, that's actually not true.
What?
That's because when all these games were popular, we didn't have these great ones yet. When I was in Dubai, I had 3 different people pitch me on games they were building. One of them was Carl with the Medieval Empires game, or what is that what it's called? Medieval Empires. And I will tell you, like, I know some people don't like Carl, but the fact is, the game looks really cool that was built. I'm not going to tell you anything about the token. I don't know anything about the token. I don't know how it's done. I assume probably it dumped like most stuff does after it launches. No idea what it's doing now. But the game is what you should really be judging. You should judge the game, because if a game has good use, then it kind of makes sense to have a token along with it, actually, if it has a function. Now, there were 3 games that were shown to me, and they were all awesome. One of them, was Dynasty Warriors. That was the game where you would try to defeat Mongolia and China. Right? You'd have a group of like 20 warriors and you were the main guy and you would just have to kill all these hordes of people all over the place. I love that game. I saw a game that's very similar to that one that looked really cool. And this narrative that blockchain gaming is the mainstream adoption point, I think it now has a competition with AI, but blockchain gaming is. We are going to see blockchain and NFT gaming bring in even the people right now that say they hate NFTs. When the haters become fans, that's when you know that we've made it. And to get there, we have to have games as good as consoles. And at least as good as an iPad game or an iPhone game, if it's a mobile game. And so once that competitive advantage of console games is gone, or in non-blockchain games, this is when people come over, I think.
Yeah.
So
And it could be this cycle. I mean, there's a pretty good, there's a lot of games coming out right now. So that's what you need. I mean, some of them are going to hit.
That's right. Let's check out the all-time chart here for it. Wow.
When did it launch at the peak, basically? Or end of 21?
Yeah. It launched 7 days before the peak.
Wow.
7 days before the peak. Look. Well, that's November 26th. The peak, I think, was it the 19th? No, that was the bottom. November 19th was the bottom, I think. I think the peak was the 12th. It was the day after the Braves won the World Series. You don't talk about 2 good days in a row.
Yeah. That's actually kind of bullish, though. I mean, it's, when it's been nothing but down straight through a bear market. If it's
look.
Yeah, if it's a strong project, it's been, there's the floor.
Yeah. I think Immutable X is one you can consider adding to your portfolio. I think, especially looking at the chart. I mean, the chart, it's just starting to get off the floor a little bit.
Well, especially if you're into Web3 gaming. This is part of where using your own knowledge and skill set and experience helps. Like if you like this niche, dive into this one, dive into other things in Web3 gaming, but this is definitely a strong one within that niche, in my opinion.
Gala Games has some awesome games coming, it says.
They do. They're another one that have had so many games in development that it's just a matter of time before some of them, and they're good, strong. Yeah, every time I look at what they're doing, the games are getting better and better and better. And they're partnering with real game studios. That's the difference. These are games that have been in development for years.
And Gala partnered with somebody really big, a mobile gaming company, I think, or they bought it, maybe.
Yeah, they're starting to do. It looks like Brian was mentioning some poker stuff recently.
Oh,
yeah. They're doing
kind
of quietly because the guy that created it is the guy that made Zynga Poker.
Oh, really?
Yeah, and Farmville, and basically pioneered mobile.
Some of the most useless inventions to mankind.
Farmville
was the worst. You had to be a certain type of person to play that game.
Were you that type of person?
No. I don't play any games like that.
Yeah.
You get me on Candy Crush or Madden, and I'll play all day, right? What game do I play now? Archero. ARCHERO, killer phone game. It's an action game where you have a weapon, you're killing a lot of people and dodging bullets, but it's vertical, not horizontal. I hate horizontal games. It's not conducive to falling asleep. Somebody said check out the emission rate of this.
Of Immutable?
Yeah, let me look it up real quick because it's not listed. Immutable X emission rate.
It probably does have a pretty high inflation if it's designed for high throughput in gaming.
Well, the total supply was 2 billion, it looks like. The max and the total is 2 billion.
It's already 43% out.
Yeah. So that's actually pretty good.
Yeah.
So I'm thinking this is going to be a favorable circulating supply.
Total supply, max supply.
I'm looking to see how they come in. I thought it'd be easy to see, but it's not.
Arc Hero, is that what you're talking about?
Archero, is it Arc Hero?
ARC.
I think it's ARCHO. It's one word though, so it looks like Archero. God, I'm such an idiot.
It's all right.
The last 3 days, man, I tell you what. Well, getting TradingView to work, getting that trade to work, but I made money on the trade. Smart enough to make money, just not smart enough to use the platform.
Hey, you figured it out.
Yeah. It doesn't say. Can you just put in the chat what you were referring to?
Maybe is it Coin Compare? I always forget the name of it. But,
Coin Compare is a good one.
Or yeah, that'll show like market cap to supply. Or
yeah, I think so.
Coin Perspective.
I like Coin Paprika as well. That's what I used to use for trading videos.
And actually, it's perfect for the tools section anyway.
That's right. So we're moving on to tools here. So we're going to check out Token Terminal, and look, they even put this little underscore after terminal to make it look like it's like you're typing on
A terminal.
what do they call that? DOS?
Yeah.
Is that what you type on?
Microsoft DOS.
Yeah. Look at that. I'm an old school computer programmer. Okay. And by old school, I mean I'm about as good of a computer program as computer programmers existed like when computers didn't exist. So I can develop as well as people in the 1800s. I'll tell you that much. I don't have the patience for it. I tried to learn it once. Let's see here. Ethereum. So this is token terminal. Shows the protocol, the leaderboard of earnings, fees, revenue, incentives. Token terminal gives clean, accurate, and up-to-date. This is not an ad for them, by the way. This is not sponsored in any form or fashion. We're just trying to show you guys some tools. And up-to-date data to quickly understand what's happening in the markets and how to think about valuing assets. I hear CoinGecko's got a new interesting terminal as well. Wait, is this it? Is this a CoinGecko terminal?
I don't think so.
Where's Johnny at? Somebody walking in the door over there?
I don't know. I think he's downstairs.
Yeah. I think this is the CoinGecko terminal.
That's funny.
I believe.
We need to play with it a little bit more.
Yeah. So I haven't actually used this yet. Johnny was telling me it's good. It's got all these here. Dashboard. So let's go to the dashboard of it. So here it is. This is top projects in all market sectors based off of cumulative revenue. So this is based off of what do they consider revenue? Money taken in through what? Through the networks?
I don't know.
Or all these are networks? DYDX, OpenSea.
maybe
Not
they're just
necessarily.
using-
OpenSea is not a network.
They're not using it like volume.
I think this is the volume. Solana 3. Solana's in last place, guys. Ethereum, Tron. This has got to be from the transaction fees. It's got to be,
I
right?
see. Yeah,
It's
probably.
got to be transaction fees. Solana's are very cheap. Ethereum's are very high.
Yeah.
You know,
Makes sense.
Tron gets used more than any other blockchain because everybody uses it to send, is it USDD? The Tron tether?
US.
Or US?
USDT, right? Or,
No, that's tether.
That's tether.
Yeah, that's on the Ethereum. It's different for each chain.
Yeah, I know.
Okay, metrics. Okay, so this has got, oh, cool. So we can come over here and look at like outstanding supply, for instance, and we could search maybe stablecoin issuers, NFT marketplaces, token launch pads, prediction markets, liquid staking, gaming infrastructure. Let's go to gaming. Why can't I not click gaming? I can click all. They only have this one right now. This is brand new. The rest will be added. These are ones they plan to add. So right now it's not got a lot of like active features because they just launched it. But watch this, guys. I like CoinGecko. CoinGecko, Bobby Ong behind it's very smart. They actually are sending me some merch. So I'm going to wear some CoinGecko stuff. Not paying me to wear it. Just, you know, I like their logo. I like it's weird how they got him from Geico. Is that the one?
Yeah.
Yeah. So there you go.
Maybe it's his brother.
Token terminal. Let's move on to XRP. Throw the XRP. Okay. Here's what I want. XRP Army, where are you? I am the Supreme Master and Commander of the XRP Army, as you know, self-declared. And that was important, obviously, because nobody will lift you up better than yourself. What was the question for Johnny? Was that the CoinGecko terminal? Token terminal is not CoinGecko. Oh, well, CoinGecko just launched Token Terminal yesterday, I think. Or in the last week. So I have a link to that one. So, okay, let's check that one out next time. So it's not the same. I thought it might be. But it's a weird coincidence that they launched it yesterday, and this is called literally Token Terminal. XRP will be #1 performing major coin in next bull run, BitBoy says, if this happens. Here's what I need. I need you guys to pay homage to the Supreme Master and Commander of XRP here. What I need you to do is I need someone out there who's creative and smart and stylish to create something XRP that we can put back here. And it can be a fixture. I don't know if it's a neon sign. I don't know if it's I don't know. It's definitely not a pillow. We already have a pillow, had a pillow. Something cool. Like, are you down with this?
Sure.
Yes. You guys make something cool, send it in. You can go to our website. Our address is on the website. Send it in, and we'll pick the best one, and it'll sit up here permanently. If we get a few of them, then we might switch them out that are good. So there you go. We love supporting the XRP community. I love supporting the XRP army more than I love supporting Ripple, more than I love supporting XRP itself, because the community is what makes this project. Without the XRP army, this project doesn't go anywhere. It doesn't do anything, I don't think. Like, the community is what actually has given it its power in a lot of ways. There's other coins trying to do what Ripple's trying to do. Obviously, XLM. Look at his community. It's not nearly the same as the XRP army. So great job to the XRP army for standing up. We're getting close to the end of the case. It could be any day. I think the rumor is by the end of April. I think it'll be probably by the end of June, could go into July, but we're in the final throes. There's no question about it, unless there's an appeal. We want a settlement that doesn't have an appeal attached to it. We got to hope. Like, Gary Gensler may not settle because he would rather lose an appeal, I think, than settle. You would agree with that? Because if he settles and has to say it's not a security, that ruins his entire plan. That's his entire plan, is calling everything security. If they say Ripple, XRP is not a security on the secondary market, this is the #1 coin in 2018, 2019 that people said would have problems with the SEC down the road. Ripple, and you know what the other one was?
Did people say Tron or EOS?
Yeah, Tron.
Yeah, Tron.
Ripple and Tron. EOS did have problems. So we're seeing it play out with both of these coins. If they come out and say it's not security, this kills Gary Gensler's momentum. So I would wonder if he's trying to position in a way to get an appeal, because if he's still actively in court trying to sort this out, that means there's still a chance that it's going to be a security if they're still fighting it. Once the fight is over, that's when it ends. And we are going to have the biggest party. We're going to have a real party where people are going to come to, but we're going to have a party on the show when Gary Gensler gets fired, when Ethereum passes Bitcoin and market cap, and when the XRP lawsuit is over. Those are the 3 big things on the channel. We're going to throw a huge party, give some stuff away. I don't know. Maybe we'll invite some of the XRP army to come to our studio that day or something. So, all right, Gary was in the chat. Gary is in the chat. He does pretty good. Yeah.
Right,
Supreme Commander, wasn't that long ago in this quick moving world today that you were not a big XRP fan? Take in new information, change your opinions. More people should do it. All right, so I said this. You guys saw that. This is another article about me. I think that's a good picture of me. That's the first thing I think. Notorious crypto YouTuber said that if the lawsuit ends, the price of Ripple may go up. So there you go. Ripple president reacts to multi-billion-dollar success in key region. This is Monica Long talked about something that happened in Mexico. Guys, Mexico is the new China. And what I mean by that is that's where all the manufacturing is going.
Mm-hmm.
All the manufacturing is moving out of China now and moving into Mexico. Be prepared. Mexico is going to become a major player on the world stage, more than it's ever been. And it's good. I think we have a good relationship with them. Bigger than the $2,500 ETH party, bigger than the million subs party. I'm thinking almost to the scale of the million subs party, I think. We had such a we had a casino party in here that day.
Is that what we did?
Don't you remember Jim?
Yeah.
Jim hooked up the casino.
Yeah.
Yeah, that was fun. All right, guys. Well, do we have any questions? Maybe one?
Yeah, we've got a good super chat from earlier. Somebody's probably in a pretty good mood. They said they've been, said Jay Baby, $4.99, said, I've been DCAing since January 1st, 2023, and will continue this whole year. Thoughts? Bitcoin, ETH, ADA, ICP, VET, AVAX, Kava, Optimism, Adios, Matic.
Okay, so thoughts on that portfolio. I'm going to say, you guys know I don't like AVAX, but I think it'll do well price-wise. Audius, I think that's supposed to be Audius with a U, A-U-D-I-U-S, not Audios. That would be what the people in China are saying to their manufacturers as they leave for Mexico, if they want to be spiteful or passive-aggressive. Matic I love, obviously. Kava and Audius, like, they've got potential to do well. I don't think either one of those are major coins in the next bull run. A lot of stuff's got to go right for Audius to become a major player. NFT attention has to return. And finally, the shift to NFT music must take place. Or at least have people have an artist big enough. Like if Jay-Z or, I don't know, who are some of the biggest artists in the world right now? Taylor Swift. Say Taylor Swift came out and said, I'm going to be putting all my music on this platform. It would crush it then. But I think we're really, especially after all the FTX stuff.
Drake, another big one.
Yeah, Drake also sponsored by Stake, obviously. As you guys know, the XRP segment was sponsored by Stake. You can use XRP on the platform. So, that's adoption, am I right?
Yeah.
You use a lot of different coins on there, but XRP specifically.
Something like 16% of all Litecoin transactions.
That's right. Like that. And Bitcoin, and 6% of Bitcoin transactions.
Something like that, yeah. Go
through Stake. So, shout out to Stake, obviously, for doing their thing in crypto. If you guys haven't put it together yet, that's what makes Stake a great sponsor for us. You have to deposit in crypto, depending on where you're at in the world. So it's crypto adoption in a sense. Now, look, we don't want part of crypto adoption being people going broke. So please don't go broke. Only do for, fun and recreation purposes. If you have a problem, please call. If you have a problem, go to YouTube and search Binion's gambling addiction ad and watch that ad and then call the number. There you go. They used to show it all the time at World Series of Poker on ESPN. The guy, there would be like a little host there and you go, hello, or something like that. That's all I remember from the ad. All right, guys, that's a good portfolio. I think some coins I would consider adding that you don't have. Arbitrum. I think Arbitrum is, if you're going to have the other two, you probably want some Arbitrum. And then I would also say, did he have Cardano and XRP on there?
No, just Cardano.
You got to have XRP, bro. Look, XRP is the bell to wet your whistle. It's the bell in the whistle of that portfolio. It's the one that has the most uncertainty because of the case, but has the highest upside potential based on a favorable result in the case. It's kind of like if you had two teams playing in the AFC Championship game, and you already knew who the NFC representative was going to be, and one of those two teams just absolutely crushes that team every time they play them. Kind of like the Falcons and the Patriots. Patriots always beat us. But the other team, maybe it's a better match. If you're that NFC team, you're wanting the one to come across that's the least favorable opponent. Right now, so I got, be blessed. Good boy.